This is the moment an American Airlines regional jet collided with a Black Hawk Army helicopter while on approach to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Flight 5342 from Wichita was carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members when it plunged into the Potomac River. Here's what we know so far.
The work has now shifted to a recovery mission. Sadly, there are no survivors.
Aboard the helicopter, there were 3 troops conducting a training flight.
It was a fairly experienced crew, and that was doing a required annual night evaluation. They did have night vision goggles.
Air traffic controllers reached out to the regional jet and asked them to approach the airport using a different runway. They then spoke to the pilot of the military helicopter, asking if they had seen the CRJ regional jet. Shortly after, you can hear gasps coming across the radio feed.
Did you see that? X-472.
The airport was operating as usual last night before the collision. In fact, we tracked kind of the 15 minutes prior to the incident, and there were about 10 aircraft that were using the runway.
Flight tracking data showed Flight 5342's route before its signal was lost around 9 p.m. Air traffic controllers immediately started to redirect flights.
Blackjack 3, proceed directly to Glebe. I need you to land. I need you to land immediately. Can you go to Dulles for a few minutes?
An investigation into exactly what happened has begun.
We need to verify information. We need to take our time to make sure it is accurate. That's best for you. That's important for the families.
President Trump blamed the crash on Democrats and diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. He did not cite evidence to support his claims.
We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent. They have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses.
The Wall Street Journal's John McCormick was on the scene soon after the collision.
Reagan National is quite close to the Mall on Washington, the U.S. Capitol, the White House. This is obviously highly secured airspace because of all the VIPs, including the president, who are often right underneath that airspace. It's not unusual for military helicopters, military aircraft to be moving around in this airspace as commercial jets are.
Helicopters typically are very maneuverable, which allows them to kind of weave and work their way safely, avoiding commercial aircraft.
We have located the 2 aircrafts. The fuselage of the American airline plane was inverted. It's been located in 3 different sections. It's in about waist deep water, so that recovery is going to go on today as that recovery takes place of the fuselage of the aircraft.
The last really major aviation disaster that led to multiple fatalities was really in 2009. Since then, the U.S. aviation safety has really stepped up in terms of the number of incidents, and the U.S. has really seen quite an incredible run in terms of a lack of fatalities or fatal incidents that occurred on United States soil.